Yeah, sure, this is all cinematics, but you've got to admit, this all looks absolutely gorgeous, right? Stunning looking space scenes, really lovely looking atmospheric planets here, some really nice ship designs, and of course, people walking around on different alien worlds. The game is called Exodus, and it just might be the next big thing. If you haven't noticed already, it's very obviously heavily inspired by the Mass Effect series, as well as another number of big other sci-fi franchises as well. Now, whilst there's no release date for the game just yet, the developers, Archetype Studios, have been releasing a constant flow of information about the title, with the most recent update coming just a couple of days ago. So I want to go through everything that is currently known about this game so we can build a picture and get a bit of an overview of what it's all about. So at its core, Exodus is an action-focused RPG inspired by Mass Effect, Halo and The Last of Us. These are the titles that the developers have specifically mentioned when they talk about the game. Now, one of the unique aspects of the game is time dilation, and this is perhaps not only the game's most unique mechanic, but perhaps one of the more unique mechanics that we've seen in gaming for quite a while. It gives players the opportunity to see the far-reaching consequences of their decisions, not just over a short time frame, but over the course of human history itself. Now, there's certainly a lot going on here then, and one of the things that really caught my attention recently is a video released on the game called Green Worlds. This is a cinematic video, it's narrative driven, and details explorers discovering strange new worlds. In fact, there's a whole variety of different worlds here. Showed some of that off at the beginning of the video, but here that footage is again. Now, in concept, these planets, these worlds look absolutely stunning. They look truly science fiction of the fantastical nature. How much of a part these actually play in the game is not really clear, not at the moment, although a wealth of information has been revealed. The nature of exploration itself hasn't been fully detailed or disclosed. Yet this trailer itself, this video, does seem to imply very strongly that players will be exploring a whole range of different worlds. So yeah, I'm keen to hear more on this particular side of the game, including how we get to these worlds, whether, how much of space exploration is there. Is this map driven? Is it starship driven? We'll have to see. But yeah, this is certainly looking very intriguing. So yeah, time dilation. It lays at the heart of the game's narrative structure and mechanics. Players can take on the role of a traveller, a figure responsible for embarking on missions across the galaxy to save humanity by recovering powerful artifacts known as celestial remnants. Time dilation ensures that whilst the traveller's journeys might span only days or weeks for them, decades or even centuries pass for the people that they leave behind on Earth. And this mechanic is crucial to the experience of the game, and players will often return from missions to find that, a drastically altered world where their past choices have had profound consequences on the civilizations and the people they know. The player's decisions range from political alliances to the use of alien technology, and these are felt over vast stretches of time. It's a narrative device that gives the game a sense of epic scope, something we don't really think we've seen before. The Exodus missions, which trigger these significant time jumps, create a ripple effect in the world that players can witness on their return. And these long-term consequences are not just limited to political or technological shifts, they affect companions, relationships, and even the homeworld itself. So yeah, like with Mass Effect, one of the central focuses, of course, is companions. And Exodus emphasizes a lot of role-playing here in that regard. And the consequences of your choices that you as a player make not only shape the world, but also affect the relationships that you have with the various characters in the game. So just as with Mass Effect, companions play a crucial role in the game's narrative, with some joining the player on missions, with others staying behind, and those who stay behind will certainly be influenced by the long-term consequences and the impact of time. You'll return later on to see just how things have changed for them as they're much further through on their lifetime than you are. So companions are not restricted to human characters, there's also non-human companions, and this includes awakened animals. These are sentient beings that have evolved from Earth's fauna, Earth's animals. In fact, the developers have said that all aliens within the game, and there is aliens scattered throughout the galaxy, all of them have evolved from Earth, either from humans or other animals on Earth. And this is over an evolutionary period of tens of thousands of years, of course, all with the aid of technology as well, not just necessarily the natural evolution of time. Also, one of the key things about this game when it was announced a few months back now is the involvement of actor Matthew McConaughey, and he lends his voice to one of the game's key figures. He's described as a mentor to the main protagonist, but his character hasn't not yet been detailed or fully revealed. Now, in terms of combat, and we haven't really seen much on this, but there are a few snippets I'll play again on the screen right here. The developers have mentioned an advanced alien technology known as the Orion Gauntlet, and this allows players to customize and offers powerful abilities that can be tailored to the player's playstyle. The Gauntlet serves as a vital tool for both combat and interaction with the world. As with other titles, just like Mass Effect, players can customize their characters' abilities and their roles to suit your playstyle, really. And the non-linear nature of the game ensures that players can approach missions in multiple ways, whether through stealth, diplomacy or combat. Now, this is certainly something we've heard many times before, so I kind of believe it when I see it on this one. Some games handle this very well, others not so much, but the development team here do have a lot of experience working on a wide range of different games before. Many AAA titles, many of them are very good titles, such as the aforementioned Mass Effect. So yeah, I think we can lean slightly more towards the side of hopeful here rather than pessimism. So I touched on the story a little bit. Here's a bit more details. The story itself revolves around a desperate fight to save humanity from extinction. It's set in the distant future, and humanity has fled a dying Earth and established colonies in the Omega Centauri cluster, an ancient and unusual part of the universe. Here, humanity is an underdog species in a galaxy filled with strange and often hostile alien life. All of them evolved from Earth's original flora and fauna over the course of 40,000 years. Central to this narrative are the Celestial Remnants, powerful alien artifacts that hold the key to humanity's survival. The players will have the choice to decide whether to use the remnants for warfare, scientific progress, or more personal gains, and these decisions directly impact the trajectory of the narrative, offering multiple potential endings depending on the player's choices. Now, I do want to talk about the ending here. The game supposedly has a lot of different endings, and this is something that the developers keep emphasizing up front. Now, in part, I'm kind of very intrigued about this, but the other side of this, the other part of it really makes me feel kind of curious and a little bit dubious, because when developers start talking about the ending of the game before they've even talked about the game itself in terms of, showing off gameplay, then yeah, it means they've got a lot of hopes for the ending of the game that's obviously very heavily narrative driven, but it also potentially suggests that they may be putting the cart before the horse. Like I say, time will tell on this one. Now, touched on the creative talent and the various collaborations that are here behind Exodus, and it's been developed by a team of industry veterans, many of whom have previously worked on many highly respected RPG franchises such as Mass Effect and Dragon Age. And yeah, it's not hard at all to see how the experience from those games has inspired Exodus. Also, sci-fi author Peter F. Hamilton has also been deeply involved in crafting the game's universe. In fact, I do believe he has written a book for Exodus set in the Exodus universe, although I don't think that book has yet been published. So Hamilton's expertise ensures that Exodus is certainly going to be grounded in both scientific plausibility and rich detailed lore. He does have a huge set of work behind him as an author. So that's what we know about Exodus so far, but it does, kind of leave a lot of open-ended questions, a lot of information that we don't yet have. For example, the full extent of the open space exploration has not yet been fully clarified. So how much time do we spend on spaceships? Do we even get to fly or be on board spaceships? Does it work similar like Mass Effect, where you're on board a map, or using a map to get from A to B, or does it work a little bit like something like Starfield, for example? We don't know. Indications, though, do suggest that the game will primarily be mission-focused. It's also very clear that the narrative, that the story, is the primary focus for the game overall. So yeah, Exodus is certainly shaping up to be one of the most ambitious sci-fi RPGs of recent years. And it's some deeper narrative structure there, innovative time dilation mechanics, very keen to see how they actually play out, and a nice, rich, expansive universe. The game is certainly going to, certainly be unique, they'll give them that. Hopefully it'll also be a rewarding game as well. Looking forward to hearing more about this one. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Meanwhile, why not check out the other video linked on the screen right here. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you next time, and do take care.